Right now, two claims about the same $3,600 computer are both going viral. One says it hits 100 tokens a second on a 30 billion parameter model. The other says it's basically useless for anything serious. They're both true, and if you don't know why, you're going to buy the wrong machine on Monday. This is the GMKtec EVO-X3. It ships July 6th, 2 days from now as I'm recording this, starting at $3,600 for 128 gigabytes of unified memory and a 2 terabyte drive, or $3,849 if you want 4 terabytes. Inside is AMD's Ryzen AI Max Plus 395. The chip AMD rates it up to 126 TOPS of total platform AI performance, paired with a big Radeon integrated GPU, and critically, 128 gigs of memory the CPU and GPU both share. That memory number is why this thing exploded online. A 128 gig unified pool means you can theoretically load models that would need multiple data center GPUs to run anywhere else. So people started running numbers and got wildly different results depending on what they tested. One camp says, 100 tokens a second, blazing, better than a desktop GPU. Another camp says, crawling, single digits, don't bother. Nobody selling you a review has explained why both are true. That's what we're doing today, before this thing even ships. Start with the number everyone's quoting, 126 TOPS. Here's the first thing nobody tells you, that's not the NPU. That's AMD's total platform figure. The NPU, the GPU, and the CPU all added together. The dedicated AI accelerator on the die, the NPU, is only about a third of that on its own. And here's why even that split matters less than you'd think. The software almost everyone uses to run these models locally, llama.cpp, and everything built on it like Llama and LM Studio, has no NPU backend. None. Token generation runs on the GPU through Vulkan or ROCm, not through the NPU at all. So the NPU's share of that 126 TOPS is close to irrelevant for chat, for agents, for basically every local LLM use case this machine is being bought for. It's real silicon, it just isn't in the path. And the part of that number that is in the path, the GPU, runs into a different wall, which is the whole point of this video. Because what actually determines how fast a model spits out words isn't peak TOPS at all. It's memory bandwidth, how fast data can move between memory and the compute doing the math. And that's the number nobody's putting in the headline. On identical silicon, the earlier EVO-X2 and Framework Desktop, both built on this same Ryzen AI Max Plus chip family, measured memory bandwidth comes in around 212 to 215 gigabytes per second. Compare that to a discrete GPU. An RTX 4090 or 5080 sits at 4.5 to 5 times that bandwidth. That gap is the entire story. Large language models are, for the most part, bandwidth bound during generation. The bottleneck isn't how fast the chip can do math. It's how fast it can pull the model's weights out of memory for every single token. Lower bandwidth means fewer tokens per second, full stop, almost regardless of how big or fast the compute engine is. So the EVO-X3 isn't slow because AMD's chip is weak. It's slow on certain workloads because 128 gigs of memory bandwidth limited at roughly a fifth of a high-end GPU's is a hard ceiling no NPU number changes. Now the two claims make sense. The 100 tokens a second claim comes from a model called QN3 Coder 30B, yes, 30 billion parameters total, but it's a mixture of experts model. Only about 3 billion of those parameters are active for any given token. So the bandwidth cost per token is closer to a 3 billion parameter dense model than a 30 billion one. That's why it flies. This is a real, independently corroborated number, but it's a 30B mixture of experts with 3 billion active, not a dense 30B, and every chart in this video will caption it that way. The useless claim is almost certainly someone loading a dense 70 billion parameter model, where every single one of those 70 billion parameters has to move through memory for every token. Same machine, same bandwidth ceiling, completely different math. Community reported numbers on dense 70B put it around 2 to 5 tokens a second, genuinely painful for anything conversational. The other number floating around, AMD's own claim that this chip beats an RTX 5080 threefold on DeepSeek R1, is real, but it's not a speed claim. It's a capacity claim. The 5080 has to offload part of a big model to slow system RAM because it doesn't have enough VRAM. The EVO-X3 fits the whole thing in its 128 gigs and never offloads. That's a win on what you can run, not on how fast each token comes out. AMD's marketing, not something we've reproduced ourselves, captioned as their claim on their hardware on their benchmark. Here's the full picture, one chart. Every tier people actually run on this class of hardware: 8B, 24B, 30B mixture of experts, 32B dense, 70B dense, and 120B decode speed and prompt processing speed shown separately, because they're not the same bottleneck. Small dense models and mixture of experts models with a few billion active parameters. Fast, genuinely usable, real time. Dense models in the 32B and up range. Bandwidth starts to bite, and by 70B dense you're in overnight batch territory, not back and forth chat. One more reality check. Long context. Push past around 32,000 tokens of context on a 30B plus model, and prompt processing, reading everything before the model starts replying, gets slow. There's no solid hard number for this on this exact hardware yet. Treat anything you see as a rough, setup-dependent estimate, this included. One footnote for completeness. GMKtec's own product page now lists first-party token speeds for the X3, 11 tokens a second on a 235B mixture of experts, and about 10 on a dense 32B manufacturer numbers, not independent tests, so they're not on our chart. But notice the vendor's own dense 32B figure lands, almost exactly where the bandwidth math says it should. Now the honest counterargument, because if we don't say this, the comments will. The EVO-X3's headline upgrade over its predecessor isn't a spec bump, it's a port. Native OCuLink, PCIe Gen 4x4, built in specifically so you can plug in an external desktop GPU. Every launch write-up leads with it. Does that break everything we just said about the bandwidth trap? Partially, and that's the honest answer. Plug in a 4090 or 5080 over OCuLink. Run inference through that GPU instead of the internal one, and you sidestep the internal memory bandwidth ceiling entirely for the parts of the model that fit in the external GPU's VRAM. But look at what you gave up to get there. You've added the cost of a GPU and an external GPU dock, often another $1,000+. You've got an external box connected by a cable sitting next to your mini PC. And you've defeated the entire reason someone buys a PS4-sized machine in the first place. A small, quiet, self-contained box. If you're going to need a desktop GPU anyway, the calculus of buying this over just building a GPU rig changes. So, for a standalone mini PC buyer, someone who wants this box, on a desk running models on its own, the internal bandwidth trap is real and it holds. OCuLink is a legitimate, acknowledged workaround, not a hole in this argument. We're telling you about it because pretending it doesn't exist would be the dishonest version of this video. So here's the actual verdict by what you're trying to run. Daily driver, real-time use, 8B up through 30B mixture of experts models. This machine is genuinely good. That's where the 100 tokens a second claim lives, and it's real. Dense 32B, usable, but you'll notice the ceiling. Treat it as capable, not snappy. Dense 70B and up, running internally. Overnight batch jobs, not conversation. Queue it, walk away, come back. That's the honest use case, not the wow factor case. Need dense 70B plus at real speed. Either accept batch mode on this box, or add a GPU over OCuLink and accept the cost and footprint that comes with it. There's no version of this where 128 gigs of shared memory gives you 4090 speed dense 70B inference for free. That was never on the table, no matter which viral post you saw first. Units start landing July 6th, 2 days out. The moment real hands on numbers exist, we're putting them side by side with today's estimates, same chart, same tiers, and we'll own every miss publicly. Subscribe if you want that follow-up the moment the real data lands. And if you get your hands on one first, drop your numbers in the comments. The best data gets pinned.